I have not been more shook. But I don't know why I was. Obviously, I live here in Los Angeles, and the Rams are a team. Just full disclosure, one of my great friends, Kara Henderson Sneed. They were back in the day at ESPN. She was helped launch NFL Network on the air and all that stuff. And love McVay, love them all. But I was emotionally just shook watching that Sunday night game. Were you just on the edge of your seat? Were you watching with Ashton? Were you with him?
Nah, he's in Rome.
Oh, okay.
But I was at his house.
Oh, my God. So he's in Italy?
Yeah.
And he must have been up in the middle of the night watching that.
Definitely was.
Oh.
So I was.
I don't know if he could go to sleep after that one. I had trouble going to sleep myself, and I didn't have, the emotional skin that he has in the game.
I was invested as a football fan.
That was unbelievable. Football, because it was real hardcore hitting.
Yep.
Brisker was hitting. Landman was hitting, right? Grady Jarrett was hitting. Like, everyone was hitting.
The visual of
the snow.
Flurries and the
right.
frozen ground, just everything. As a football fan with no real skin in that game.
And again, awesome. I don't know how we're going to look back on this sort of thing, but I'm sitting there thinking to myself at the end of the day, because I know Stafford doesn't have like Mount Rushmore conversations around him. I, believe he is a Hall of Famer, and I thought this year would be the year that everyone will come to my realization of how terrific he is as a player. But will we look back on this like Stafford versus Caleb in a way that we're looking at somebody? Again, nobody's Brady, but you remember Brady and Mahomes back in the day? Mahomes lost at home to Brady. Mm-hmm. And I'm just wondering if we're going to look at a game like this with quarterbacks like this and play callers like this. McVay, who, by the way, now has 10 wins as a head coach under the age of 40, which is double anybody else's, including John Madden. And McVay turns 40 Saturday, so he'll be coaching in his first game as a 40-year-old will be the NFC Championship game in Seattle on Sunday night. And Ben Johnson, what a remarkable season he had. But this wasn't like, nobody could play defense. This was a tight game.
Yeah, and then
10-10, and then the Rams take a late lead, and then the Bears go for it again on fourth friggin' down and don't get it. And the Rams, all they need to do is come up with two or three first downs, and all they come up with was one. Kyren Williams runs out of bounds after getting a first down, doesn't slide down. He tries to get the first down and gets knocked out of bounds. And the Bears get the ball back at midfield. So the king of the comebacks, and Caleb Williams, gets half the field. It's all good too. We don't even make it drive the full field. The football gods are basically setting us up for another Caleb Williams. He's already gotten 7 of these. 7.
I was convinced it was over at that point.
Of these comeback wins. But he's down, and you're thinking it's over, and he's down 7.
I thought the story was already written.
He's down 7, which for him is like a tie game. And all you need is one first down for a field goal to win. That's how Caleb Williams has been so lights out. And the Rams force a fourth down, and not only force a fourth down, but they force Caleb on this fourth down to fade back 20-something yards to get far enough away from the Rams defense, who are all over him, so he could at least launch one in the end zone for a sort of Hail Mary. And he turns a 40-yard touchdown into technically being a 14-yard touchdown. That's how far back he faded.
Right.
Look it up. The Cole Kmet grab goes in the books as a 14-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah.
But in the air, it was 40. And I defy anybody to tell me wherever you were watching, you did not curse. Use some form of a 4-letter word.
I just screamed. I didn't curse.
Okay. There's no way. Even a Rams fan did not watch this wordlessly. That was one of the. It made his 4th and 8 throw against the Packers look like an out route.
Just
just hit somebody in the flat.
Oh,
And that pass was
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams had this to say. Like, just walk me through it, Caleb. How the hell do you do it?
I end up getting a little bit pressure, and so try and break contain and just break angles and slow those guys down so that when I do turn around, I can have a little bit more time possibly to be able to find somebody. And they did a good job containing me, and so I just gained a little bit more depth. And I saw Cole one-on-one over there with everybody else on the other side, at least near the goalpost. I understanding that 14 was on him. He's a little bit smaller guy, and Cole's obviously a 6 foot tight end and things like that. So I just wanted to give him my best ball and give him a shot. Understand it's 4th down and kind of game on the line. Or was game on the line.
Yeah. So I just I just made one of the most incredible plays in the history of the National Football League. I just decided he's so matter of fact.
So what's that? Is that it?
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Man. Now, tell me, raise your hand, or verbally do it here since we're on the radio. Thought Ben Johnson was going for 2. Anybody?
Yeah, of course.
I went back and forth.
Of course.
Right?
Because they had the momentum, right?
But I was thinking it with like 5-6 minutes left, if they scored, he was going to do it. He's a psycho.
He didn't. He kicked the extra point, and here was his explanation.
Did you give much consideration to going for 2 there?
Thought about it, yeah. Thought about it. Probably what played a little bit of a factor was, our goal-to-go situations hadn't gone very clean. Our inside the 5 plan hadn't worked out quite like we had hoped. And so I just felt better about taking our chances there in overtime.
I have to laugh.
Hard to argue.
It's hard to argue.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, I thought it was wise to go for the extra point. That's what I honestly thought. And go to overtime because this is such a stunning turn of events. And but the reason why I'm chuckling is a coach doesn't go for it for a 2-point conversion to win it because he's already had enough of a body of work within the game going for it inside the other team's 5-yard line twice, and it didn't work out.
Yeah, to have the data to be like, I don't think
what?
it's
We've
working.
tried it already with less stakes, and so we tried it twice and it didn't work out. So we weren't going to go for the 3rd time being the charm.
Fool me 3 times.
Really?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It like what
It's
you said
crazy.
makes sense, right? But at the other point, Rich, let me ask you guys: you have Stafford and Adams and Nakua, and Kyron's been running. Do you really want to risk giving him the ball? I mean, you've held him in check pretty much.
No. Well, it's valid. It's valid. But I'm thinking it's so stunning to the other team, and McVay after the game gave voice about what he told the team after this stunner hit them.
Yeah, you know what? It was tough, but I thought what was great is hey, we can't do anything about it. Go on to the next play. Here we are in overtime. What happened then is done with. And we always talk about being in the moment, being totally and completely present, and I thought our guys did a great job of that. And I was really kicking myself because I felt like when we possessed the ball first, and I had mentioned it, I thought that possession was going to really cost us, and there's no excuse for that. I have to be better for our group. I will be better for our group. But, man, I just can't say enough about the defense, what they did, and then for Cam Curl to be able to make that play. What a freaking catch. And then offensively for those guys to do what they did, to be able to go get in field goal position. And, and we had some chances. I thought we were going to be able to get a walk-off there with Colby or Ferg, but, it didn't work out. And then Mevis ended up making it true. And here we are, and excited to be able to get a chance to work again.
So, again, what he's referring to is he's got to be better for the team. He's referring to the 3 first downs, game's over. They're out of Chicago, and it's over. Yep. And they only got 1, and I think he's talking about his own play calling. Of course, he's referring to Curl making the play. He's talking about the interception in overtime that led to Mevis, his thicker kicker, making the game winner, and they do go back to Los Angeles as the winner. But the Curl interception did not happen because the Bears possessed the ball first. That's the way I'm answering your question, TJ, is that the Bears decided to take the ball second in overtime, and the Bears got what they needed, which was a defensive out of the Rams. And the Bears got the ball, needing just a field goal now to win it. And they were jamming the ball down the throats of the Rams. And they decide to throw it. And Cam Curl picks it off. And you also then got Stafford showing up after he gets the turnover and saying this.
I looked right at Sean. He looked at me and was like, and I'm like, here we go. And that's what it's all about. What an unbelievable, job by, again, like I said, by our defense today, getting us the ball over and over again, whether it be fourth down stops or turnovers. They were clutch and timely. And that's what it takes to win in the playoffs. Sometimes offense is going to go out and have a great day and find a way to win it. Sometimes defense is going to go out there and have a day like they did today and keep us in it for as long as they did, and then make the play at the end to get us the ball back. So it's a team effort. We got a resilient group. Love being a part of it. Obviously things we can do better. But we found a way to win the football game, and in January and February, that's what matters.
So, unbelievable. What a performance by the Rams. They get it done. They get what they need. They somehow keep the Bears from their 8th comeback such win, even with the throw of the century, which we'll be talking about for some time. And so much for the cold weather. They get it done in the cold weather. Southern Californians going to the Midwest.
Yeah,
Get it done in the cold weather.
Yeah, but Stafford not great.
I got it. I understand.
20 of 42.
Doesn't matter.
67 passer rating.
Survive in advance. And they survived the cold weather. And I will just say this about Southern Californians. Going in the cold weather. A lot of Southern Californians are from other parts of the country. They can handle it. So stop with this nonsense that the Southern California people can't handle the cold weather. That said, we will always leave early and show up late. Okay? That's never going to change. All right? We're always going to beat the traffic. None of this business about that will never change. Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.